Sagittarius, darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess with Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so much for being here for the first time. I'm so glad you're here. For those of you who are returning for another weekly, thank you for rejoining me for another one of these readings. And to those of my who are my subscribers, thank you so very much for your love, your loyalty, and support. It means the world to me. I am forever grateful to each and every one of you. I want to mention that I have my first Capella class. People usually call them master classes, but I wanted to do something different and call it a Capella class on reintegrating the divine feminine. I have 3 different sessions for those. If you want more information, you can stick around to the end of the reading, or you can check out the description box below on more information about what that entails and how to book it and the dates and times and things like that. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me or a coaching session, that information is in the description box below. All right. I wish you guys a wonderful, beautiful, motivational, inspiring week, and I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. How are you? I hope all is well with you, and I wish you an awesome week and an awesome weekend ahead. It's the last week of February. It's crazy how fast these weeks are going. But spring is around the corner, so I'm excited about that. And we're actually starting to get more of a taste of spring, especially today. Today is a gorgeous day here where I'm at. Beautiful, beautiful day. So hopefully it's beautiful where you are at as well. All right, Cancer, what we're going to do here is, if you've never been here before, we're going to see what your overall theme is, what you need to focus on, and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about. So you can help you align yourself and attract the many blessings and miracles God has waiting for you. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance spirit has for you. What the new moon in Pisces is bringing you. That occurs on March 2nd. And we're going to see what's going on with your love situation, all right? Okay, Cancer, let's see what your overall theme is for this week. And when I say this week, it's really a timeless reading, okay? So keep that in mind. Also check your moon, rising, Venus, and your north node sign so you can get a bigger picture as to what is surrounding you at this time when you watch this video to help you best navigate the energies and get the guidance needed. All right. I am doing these readings for the water signs a little bit later today. I spent the day off with my son today, and it was a really, really memorable day. So we have maturity. Okay. So when I see this, I think of the Hermit card, spiritual maturity, spiritual mastery, right? So for Cancer, this is about you really understanding that when you achieve this spiritual maturity, that you start to attract somebody who is spiritually mature as well, right? It's not just about being, I guess, mature, like where you're older or you have experience with certain subjects or certain skills or something like that. It's really about having this skill mastery with spirituality. Okay. And this is understanding that someone who's emotionally mature, they know that they're responsible for their own happiness. Okay. When you have this type of maturity, it really helps you to stop pointing fingers at somebody where you are seeking happiness outside of yourself, or you are pointing at someone, making them responsible for your happiness or even your pain. Okay. This is really understanding that nobody but yourself is responsible for your happiness, your well-being, and your abundance, right? It all belongs to us. It's up to us to find what it is that that truly makes us happy. It's kind of like the Ace of Cups energy. All right. And whatever it is that you're trying to achieve here, Cancer, It's up to you. It's not up to anybody else. And whatever predicament you might be in, whatever situation you might be in, whatever you think you're lacking, whatever you think, if you're thinking that I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or I'm not happy, or this person put me in this situation, think about it differently. It's like the hangman. Look at it from a different perspective, and the bigger picture card, like King of Wands, and say, if I want something, I'm going to go after it. Okay? People who tend to sit there and just mope around waiting for some miracle to happen without doing anything, they're going to be sitting around waiting for that miracle until they're no longer needed on this planet. All right? Because God does work miracles and brings us many blessings. But like I said at the beginning of this reading, this is to help you with your spiritual growth and that maturity. So you take responsibility for your actions and your life's choices, just like the Knight of Cups. Well, maybe the Knight of Pentacles does. But when you're doing that, God starts to see that you're putting in effort, and then God brings in what you are seeking. Okay? If you're wishing for your relationships to change, and I know this has been a thing for you, Cancer, you have to reach this type of maturity. Start calling upon your archangels, your ancestors, your guides. Call upon them more. Ask them for help, okay? To help you to align yourself, not only with your higher self, but so that you can attract somebody who's also going to be emotionally and spiritually mature. All right? Again, like attracts like. If you are caught up in your emotions, if you're trying to control things, if you are saying to yourself, well, nothing ever happens to me, I don't have any bad luck or anything like that. If it's negative, 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 Cancer, you're going to attract negative, 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 and to include negative people. All right. And understand that, whatever you've been, whoever has influenced you in the past, especially with parents and childhood, society, it's time for you to realize that that does not dictate who you are. It doesn't really determine your future either, because you have the ability to change things. If you want to see the change outside of yourself, you have to be that change, right? As they say, be the change you wish to see. But if you really want that true love, you want financial security, stability, you want more happiness in your life, it starts with you, not with anybody else. And we can pray and do yoga and do sea salt baths till the cows come home, but until we're actually doing the shadow work and the inner work, that stuff is still going to be in that dream state, in that wish, hopeful state. Okay, it's kind of like wishful thinking in a sense. So start taking responsibility for your happiness, your well-being, your abundance, because it's you and only you who is going to attract that. Okay? Worthiness is at the bottom of the deck. You have to understand your worth, and you have to stop sabotaging. Like I said, you have to stop with the negativity here, Cancer, because again, it attracts more lower vibrational things. Leave the past behind. All right, understand that you are this goddess within. Okay, you have God within you, which means you have the power within you to do anything that you set your mind to. But you have to also believe that you are worthy and deserving of love. You are worthy and deserving of happiness. And don't get caught up in what happened in the past, Cancer, because I know I've been there, because I've done some stupid stuff, okay? We all do stupid stuff. We're not perfect. We're not saints, all right? But I didn't get to where I'm at, having a blissful life, which was really shocking to me with how I got here. Not only that, with understanding what true happiness for me really was. I had to put in a lot of work. I had to let go of a lot of things. I had to stop dating. I left my high-paying career, which was, I had a good reputation there, but even though people didn't like how well I was doing, and they tried to, bring me down and stuff like that. And on top of that, I was dealing with all these relationships that were romantic relationships that weren't fulfilling, and I was being a doormat. And I was making silly financial decisions because I didn't know my worth. I thought value was in other people, and I thought my value was going to be found, and my happiness for that matter, with relationships, romantic relationships, and with material things. It's actually in my birth chart. That was a huge karmic lesson for me to learn. And God said, Jess, this has got to stop. And there's some really crazy things that I did. I mean, not like, something where, and there's no judgment on anybody who might have been like this, where there's like, whether it's like, something with jail or felonies or things like that. Nothing like that. But, with the poor decisions that I made, I could have gotten myself into some really, really serious predicaments. Okay. I must have had angels watching over me. But with everything that I've gone through, even with, what I saw in my parents' marriage, or what I saw growing up, or what I dealt with in relationships, knowing that I could have really had a better handle at that, I could have stuck up for myself more. I could have really voiced my truth more. It's in the past, right? But here's the thing. I went back and analyzed all of those experiences, and I said to myself, wow, that was all on me, right? All the relationships that I had specifically, I wasn't really being treated fairly. Treated like the woman I should have been treated as, but you know why? Because I wasn't treating myself with that value, with that worth. I wasn't having that self-confidence. I didn't see that power within me. Again, I was seeking the value outside of myself instead of within myself. So for Cancer, this is you to understand that you can have these beautiful things. You can have the true love, but you have to cut those people off who are low vibrational, which also means you have to raise your vibration. You have to get in alignment with your higher self and start doing the work and saying, enough is enough. I am more than enough. I can, be who I really am. And if somebody doesn't like that, to hell with them, right? Because if you can't be your authentic self, Cancer, then who is going to be real with you? Okay? Again, it's a law of attraction thing. So you have to understand that power within you. And what's going to happen is when you do that work and you raise your vibration, all of these lower vibrational things are going to fall away, to include people. And you're going to find yourself in such a state of bliss and peace. You're going to say to yourself, how did I get here? Is this what life is really supposed to look like? Because I'm in that state now. And even though I goofed up several times in my past, God still forgives me. God loves me as his child. He says, I know what happened, Jess. But look, you repented. You asked for forgiveness and you did what I called you to do. And now that you see me for who I really am, and now that you see the power that I can bring, that I am the miracle worker, that I make the impossible possible, I am going to make the impossible possible for you. And that is what God is calling you to do, Cancer, here. Let's see what you need to focus on. If I can shuffle. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians. What does Cancer need to focus on at this time? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians. Please and thank you. We don't want woe is me energy, guys. We don't want 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, because you can get out of that. Oh my God. And as I was saying that, look what's at the bottom of the deck. It's 5 of Cups. See? There's a silver lining to everything, Cancer. You have to understand that when we have setbacks, when things don't go our way, it's because it's not part of our path. God is protecting us from ruin, from heartache, from disappointment. So we have to see it. It's like, okay, you know what? That didn't work out to me too. That didn't work out for me that well. Or I keep getting into these relationships that are just like unfulfilling. I'm getting into these jobs. I'm like, oh, well, that didn't work out. Or maybe you were hoping to get a job and you got rejected, or they picked somebody else. Listen, when that happens, it's because it wasn't for your highest good, that God has something better. And it was because it was not part of your destiny. Okay? If you look at the Rider-Waite card, there's a bridge. There's 2 cups behind the individual, right? And there's a bridge that crosses over to a castle. You're not realizing that God has true love for you and a castle. Maybe it is a real castle, I don't know, but you can dream, can you not, Cancer? You have to understand that there's always something better here. And when we are seeking things that we think are going to bring us happiness and fulfillment, but then we ended up feeling a loss, or we feel this sadness, oh man, that's not what it was, or that didn't work out. It's God telling you, Cancer, it wasn't supposed to work out because that's not part of your plan. So you have to understand that not all is lost when these things happen. You have to understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. But you have to overcome that darkness. You have to transmute that darkness into light. Transmute these 5 of Cups energies into light, right? And in this card, you have 5 cups, but you're looking down here. It's like, do I want to pick up those cups again? Because what I'm seeing here, Cancer, is that all these cups, whatever these are to you, whether it's jobs, friendships, family relationships, love probably. It's probably love for most of you. And remember, this is a collective reading, okay? Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else, but you have to be honest with yourself, because dishonesty is low vibrational. You will not attract the things that are of the divine if you are not being honest with yourself, okay? So you're looking at these cups like, you know what? I keep thinking these cups are what are fulfilling me. I'm not going to go down there and pick those same cups again. I'm going to do an about face. I'm going to start listening to my internal guidance, my divine guidance, and I'm really going to start finding out what the Ace of Cups is, what the Holy Grail is, what is going to ultimately fulfill you, right? There's a change. You need to change your emotional, mental, spiritual state here, okay? You have to move on from that emotional baggage that you are carrying from your past, from whatever this is for you. That emotional baggage is like a ball and chain. It will continue to drag you and drag you and drag you, and you won't be able to gain that momentum to really start to have the ability to go after what it is that you really want. Okay? This is also like a forgiveness card. You gotta forgive the past. Forgive yourself first and forgive others. I'm telling you, that is the gateway to having everything. God incredibly rewards those who are able to forgive not only themselves, but others, especially the others who've done them wrong. And you can say, well, you have no idea what they did to me. Do you understand why they did what they did to you? Do you have all the facts? Do you have everything? Do you know everything about that person? We all don't, Cancer. So until we know all that information, we cannot criticize and we cannot judge. We cannot point fingers and we cannot blame here. Okay? Forgiveness is for us so that we can move on. It frees that heart chakra from those lower vibrational energies so that we can be in alignment with the higher vibrational ones to attract 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, right? So with 8 of Wands and the Knave of Pentacles here, which is the Page of Pentacles, you have to start taking action on moving away from this 5 of Cups energy so that you can start aligning yourself with something that you're really skilled at. What is it that you love to do, Cancer? What is it that you want to learn? Because Pages is about learning. This is a newness here. There's a new beginning and starting something new. All right? And when you're caught up in your Dharma, Cancer, that ends up really eliminating these energies. Okay? It does. So start looking towards things that are really going to lift you up here and to get you going, all right? What is it that you're really going to do that's going to help you lay a more solid foundation for yourself? Because not only is your emotional state unstable, apparently for some of you, even your physical state is unstable type of thing, right? They kind of go hand in hand here. But some of you are really going to have to start putting in that work and making some forward progress here. I'm hearing Spirit saying, okay, Cancer, it's time for you to stop getting into 5 of Cups energy all the time. You got to get out of this loss, this sadness, this grief thing. You have to move away from that emotional baggage. You cannot stay in that state. And I have to say, Cancer, with the fact that the Sun, Jupiter, and Pisces, I mean Neptune are all in Pisces right now, this is a very magical time. The last time we had these, all of these, well, Sun isn't really a planet, but you get the idea. All of these three things being in the sign of Pisces, that hasn't happened since 1856. It's time to work your magic. This also is a card about studying magic, right? It's not just about studying magic, but it's also understanding the magic within you to build something great, to start learning something new, gaining a new skill, or building on a skill that you already have, so that, and utilizing the magic within to get to like the Three of Pentacles and eventually the Eight of Pentacles, where you become so masterful at it that it's going to really lift your spirits, and it's really going to raise your vibration. Okay, there might be something with travel here for some of you. If some of you like love traveling, they really want you to start doing some research about that, or finding some sort of profession, or some sort of new beginning here with regards to how you're going to be able to travel more. This might even be an indication of someone's going to get an exciting new opportunity. Good news coming out of nowhere, because this is communication, and it might have to do with a job that involves travel, or a job that's going to really lift your spirits, because maybe that's why whatever you, if it's a job, Cancer, whatever job you didn't get before, it wasn't in alignment with your higher self. It wasn't in alignment with your purpose. So now, even though you may be down and out about this, there is communication with regards to a job, and it might require travel or require you to relocate. This might be good news about this new opportunity for you coming out of nowhere, all right? And you're going to be like, oh man, if I would have been, I wouldn't have gotten what I really wanted, what God really wanted for me, if I wouldn't have been rejected from whatever this was, or this wouldn't have panned out. You see what I'm saying? Others of you, there is communication coming in from someone. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. There's some good news coming in from somewhere, and I can't really know exactly who this might be, but you're going to be happy about this, because it seems like you're saying to yourself, man, you know, when are things going to change? When am I going to get this good news? When am I get word of a job, or from my person, or whatever this is for you? There's something taking off here, okay? And it could be communication coming in from somebody, and you're going to be like, holy cow, where did this come from? Because this is out of the blue. You might even have an unexpected visitor who's coming in with an apology, coming in with a small gift, an offer of some sort. This is a very trustworthy, honest message coming in from a very trustworthy, honest person. Okay, of course, they have to go hand in hand. So, but if you're wanting some good news or some changes to happen in your life, or delays to be over here, Cancer, you have to raise your vibration. You have to change your emotional, mental, spiritual state to allow these energies to come in, right? And again, for others of you, this is really about you aligning with something where God's bringing in a new exciting opportunity for you that's going to be better for you, all right? Or again, it's about you learning some sort of skill, taking quick action here, all right? Just get on it, Cancer, and start doing things differently, and start to build for yourself. You got to put the hard work in. The Page of Pentacles is a very hardworking person, okay? So start being a lot more dedicated to yourself, okay? Keep your eye on the prize. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life, start taking action now and really get going on whatever this is. And again, others of you, there is some sort of communication coming in out of the blue, and you might have a visitor coming out of the blue. It could be an apology, good news for something. Take it how it resonates. There's a lot going on here. Okay, let's see what you need to avoid. What does Cancer need to avoid at this time? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, please and thank you. Ten of Swords. Release the pain. You got to release that emotional baggage, Cancer. You can't be in this pain victim mentality anymore because you are not a victim. Again, you are responsible for your pain and your happiness, like I said at the beginning. There's a 10 here. This needs to complete. All right. There's a new dawn. All right. And every day, even when it's nighttime, the sun is still there, guys. The sun never goes away. It's the same thing in your life. The sun always shines, except if you're going to be in Five of Pentacles, you're allowing yourself to stay in that state. It's up to you, Cancer. We can't be feeling like victims here. We put ourselves in this state. We put ourselves through the pain and the suffering. And with pain and suffering comes great wisdom. It's the King of Cups energy. All right. You have to be the one to pull the swords out of your back, even though there are no swords in this person's back. And I think that's Mary Magdalene here, where she's washing Jesus' feet. You have to have a lot more compassion for yourself, Cancer, and not really get into this whole, I've been betrayed, right? You don't know what they did to me. You don't know what went on in their life as to why they did that to you. And again, it goes both ways, Cancer, and this is hard for some people to hear, but again, this is all honesty. I don't BS in my readings. Otherwise, I'm doing myself a disservice in you. All right? I had to learn this. This is why I teach the way that I do. It's a two-way street. I allowed for someone to betray me. I allowed for someone to have me feel like I was victimized, or to feel this pain. This could even be a divorce for some of you, right? I went through a divorce, but you know what? I didn't blame my husband. At first I did, and then I realized, you know what? Here's the truth, Cancer. In my case, if this has to be a deal with a divorce for some of you, I found out from my parents after I got divorced that my soon-to-be husband then, he didn't believe in marriage, and nobody told me. So how was I going to expect that marriage to actually work out the way that it did? And on top of that, everything else that happened, me being the doormat and not me speaking up for myself and all of these other things, I wasn't happy, but I allowed him to strip me of my happiness. Even a small business that I started making jewelry, I allowed him to take that away from me. Everything. It was on me. And that's the harsh reality, Cancer. And I say this so that you can try to at least relate to what I have been through. And I realized, you know what? This is bullcrap. I allowed myself to allow my ex-husband, my then husband, to strip me of my power, my integrity, and my own happiness. That was a dumb thing to do. But again, we do dumb things, do we not? We're human. We're here to learn, grow, and to evolve. So whatever this is, you have to be the one to pull out the swords. Nobody's going to do that for you. And I will say, God will not do that for you until you do it first. And then God is going to start healing those wounds from those stab wounds that you have. Okay? He will start to bring healing and peace to those wounds that you have gotten from all of these life's experiences that just made you fall to the floor. It's like dead in the water here. It's time for you to release the pain and suffering. It is you and only you who is going to be able to do that. God is waiting for you to pull the swords out of your back. There are huge, major life's lessons that have brought you to this state, Cancer, to get you to realize something like what I realized. Crap, this was all on me. This whole pain and suffering thing was an illusion. I allowed this to happen. I am not going to allow it to happen again. And it's exactly where I've gotten to right now. And even I can tell with the slightest sense of someone trying to do something to me, nope. I nip it in the bud and I speak my piece because I'm not going back to that old Jess anymore. It's the same thing for you. All right. We have the Seven of Wands. You got to stop being defensive. Okay. You also have to start putting up boundaries. Say no when you have to say no. All right. And I know for Cancers, that is a very difficult thing. But Cancer, if you keep getting this message There's a reason why this message keeps coming up, because some of you are still having a hard time following the guidance. And I know it's hard, but if you keep hearing it over and over and over again, God is trying to get you to see, Cancer, it's time for you to say no. You are more than enough. And if people keep putting you in this type of prison, in this victim mentality, it's on you, Cancer. Okay? You really have to start taking action. Maybe some of you, you really need to start communicating to somebody, you know what, I'm not happy. I am not happy in this situation. I am not happy in this job. I need to do something different. I am going to do something different. That's action-oriented stuff. Putting in the hard work. Some of you need to communicate to somebody, you know what, I'm tired of this. And with the forgiveness stuff, forgiveness is going to release this pain. It frees your heart chakra, okay? It brings you more peace when you are able to forgive. Don't we all want peace? I don't know anybody who wants to stay in pain and suffering. We have the power to get out of this. So some of you need to say something to someone and be like, you know what? No. No. You have to stop backing down. You have to have that power to start communicating to others what it is that you really want and how you're really feeling. Okay? And don't be afraid of that, because God is going to give you the power needed to overcome this. Because some of you are avoiding conflict. You know what? I had that same problem, Cancer. I didn't like conflict. I was afraid that something was going to go wrong. But you know what? Because I was afraid of conflict, I was sacrificing my own happiness. That is the last thing we need to be doing. Okay? You have to stop backing down every time you're challenged. I had that same problem too. And how gratifying and liberating it is, Cancer, when you have that power and you say whatever it is you need to say out of love, of course. And you don't back down from challenges, and you learn to say no, and you tell people, you know what, I'm more than this. I deserve better. I'm going to stop allowing people to attack me. I'm going to stop listening to other people and having them make decisions for me and having them dictate how I'm going to be feeling. That has to end. It has to end. Some of you need to make compromises with people or make amends. There's some communication here that needs to be had. Okay, so it's really time for you to get your power back here, Cancer, and start doing something for you. It's hard to hear for a lot of us, but we are ultimately responsible. If we're in ten of swords, that's on us. We are responsible for our pain too and our happiness. Okay, let's see what guidance Spirit has for you. Here we go. Aquamarine, go with the flow. Let's put that there. Look what's at the bottom of the deck, Cancer. What did I say? Release your emotional baggage, Aragonite. Can't make it up. Let's look at the... Oh, shoot. Where's my crystal? All right. Aquamarine. Let's see what this has to say. Go with the flow. Stay fluid. If one way of doing things isn't working, find another way. Remain open to seeing things from different vantage points and perspectives. If plans change or obstacles arise, chart a new course to get to the other side. You are like water, unstoppable. Keep moving and you will get to where you want to go. Sometimes it just takes a bit of fluidity to get there. No matter how strong the current, remember to go with the flow and enjoy the ride. What causes you to feel attached to an outcome? What could result if you were flexible? How can you show up to meet unexpected changes? Your affirmation is, I surrender to the ebbs and flows of life. Today, release your expectations for how a situation is supposed to go. Stay fluid and go with the flow. And Aragonite's right after that. Release your emotional baggage. It's time to lighten the load. That's probably why I said 10 of Wands. Give yourself permission to acknowledge, process, and release any emotions that no longer serve you. Emotional baggage can manifest in different ways: shame, disappointment, anger, guilt, resentment. This is all part of human nature, but while these emotions may serve as protective barriers, eventually they can become heavy burdens that our spirits need to shed. Again, 10 of Wands. Acknowledge and redirect these feelings in a healthier, more positive way. You alone have the power to pack away these emotions in order to move forward, unhindered and unencumbered. What negative emotions keep popping up for you that you've been ignoring? How would it feel to stop carrying that weight? What's stopping you from letting go? Your affirmation is, I am light and free. Today, when a negative emotion surfaces, examine it. Consider where the emotion came from, then gently let it go without judging yourself. Okay? All right, we're going to see what this new moon in Pisces is bringing you. It occurs on March 2nd. I think that's a Wednesday. Depends on where you are in the world. I think it might be for everybody, but I don't remember what time that is happening. Either way, it's March 2nd or around there. All right, Spirit Guides, Angels, Galactic Family, Pleiadians, Sirians. What is this new moon in Pisces bringing? Cancer. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Thank you. The last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. The last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Yep. Bottom of the deck is the full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions. Look how fiery that card is compared to like this one. It's very cool. All right, we're going to read those two. Oh, look, I opened right up to the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Something is standing between what you want and how you can get it. That's okay. Now you know it's there. You can do something about it. You just need to be strategic. It's wonderful to go for things with a childlike, carefree attitude, but drawing this card suggests that you need a proper plan as well. Leave the past behind. You may need to move through and clear criticism someone has made of you, which has somehow buried itself into your brain or burned itself into your brain. You have work to do. The moon has a bright, shining energy, but a reserved pressure is piling on. The great thing about knowing what stands between you and your goal is that you can do something about it. Your affirmation is, the only way out is through. Okay? So I also forgot to mention, if you have Aquamarine or Aragonite, utilize those crystals to help with this healing, what you need to heal with what the cards talked about. Hold it in your hand or wear a bracelet and say the affirmations at least three times in a row whenever you feel like it. If you don't have the crystal, you can go look at an image of Aquamarine to help you, or you can go purchase one. But again, it's up to you. You have work to do, as it says, but I can't do anything for you. I can just give you the guidance, right? Let's look at the last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. The good news is that even though you have some issues that need tackling, they're nothing that you can't manage. More good news is that the best way for you to clear the air and reach a breakthrough right now so you can get your life to go the way you wish it to is to have a good old-fashioned laugh. It's all too easy to take life too seriously. This card urges you to take a lighter approach to life if you want to manifest your dreams. It's great to be earnest, but there's a time and a place. Don't entertain superficial feelings, as these are no better than fake ones. Being open to life will make you open to manifesting. Get in touch with your mystical side and have fun with it. Your affirmation here is, life loves me and I love life. All right, let's look at the full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions. Are you in the middle of an argument or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Surely not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something. But you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. Seek a balance between you, and me. There's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved or forgiving yourself. Your manifestation is, see what it says right there? Out of this, only good will come. Silver lining to everything. Okay? Let's put these here. Now we're going to see what's going on with your love situation. What guidance do we have for Cancer's love situation? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians. That would be interesting if the forgiveness card comes out. All right. What guidance do we have for Cancer's love situation? Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay. Let's see what we got. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together and remember, love is the greatest healer. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. See, you got to let go of the emotional baggage and those unwanted thoughts, those unwanted feelings. Look, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. You release this emotional baggage, leave the past behind, learn from it, and move on to bigger and better things, okay? The past cannot be in your space if you want new things, better things to come in. Bottom of the deck, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Resentment is tied to dark energy. Dark energy does not attract the light. Dark attracts dark. Light attracts light. You want your love situation to change. You want your world to change. You want to attract more emotionally mature people. You have to let go of this. There's no other way around it. Because again, resentment attracts more resentment, attracts more darkness. You have to let go of that emotional baggage and the past and fill your heart with unconditional love. All right, forgiveness is going to help with that. Okay, don't mind my son because he's gaming over there. All right, Cancer, if you would like a personal reading with me or a coaching session, check out the description box below or hop on over to CapellaWellness.com and check out my service suite there. I am having my last Reintegrating the Divine Feminine class on February 27th. More information is on that below. That class is going to help you deal with this. It really will. It's a very empowering class. It's also going to help you embody that divine feminine energy so that you can attract the true divine masculine. All right. Again, the link to that last class is in the description box. If you go to CapellaWellness.com, it's underneath the coaching category of my service suite. What was the other thing? If you have any questions about this reading at all or anything, you feel free to reach out to me. Email's in the description. At CapellaWellness.com, there are plenty of other places to get in contact with me, okay? If you are a light counterpart, I do coach other twins, other counterparts. Those readings are underneath the light counterpart readings category. But if you would like a live coaching session with me, you can just book the live coaching with Jess service underneath the personalized reading, and then you can request to talk about your connection or anything like that, or just get guidance on how to deal with these energies with spiritual maturity and how to really let go of the past and let go of resentment and things. Okay, don't be afraid. I know some people may be like, oh, she's really tough and she really tells the truth, but guys, if we don't face the truth, we cannot live the best life. We just can't. Okay. All right, Cancer, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today, and always I send you so, so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.